Hi, my name is Kevin Campbell. I'm one of the student teachers down at the Douglas Education Center, and today we're going to be doing a smoky eye and a few basic steps. So I've already prepped my model. We've done foundation, concealer, blush, highlight, contour, and a lip shade. So what we're going to do now is select a few shades. I have a multitude of colors set out. We're going to do something in the more smokier colors using blacks and metallics. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have my model tilt her head back slightly for me and have her look down. What it's going to do is give me a lot more eye room to work with. And then working with the eye, we have three different sections we need to work on. There's the lid, the brow bone, and then the crease. So with a smoky eye, what normally happens is there's a predominant color across the lid, there's a second color in the crease, there's a third color in the brow bone. And what makes it smoky is we're going to blend the three together to give it a very edgeless, lineless look, so you can't see where one color starts and the other one begins. So the first color I'm going to use is going to be our black. I'm going to grab a little bit of the color on my brush on both sides, tap out any excess, and I always start on my far lid first. I'm going to have my model turn her head slightly. And there's a natural dark area right here that you'll see show up, and a V that comes up this way, goes this way, and it goes right along the lash line if you look. And that's what we're going to echo just using our black color. And what I'm doing is placing the color first where I want it. It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. Going right up through that crease, right down along that lash line. So I'm going to place the color on both sides first. I like to put my colors on at the same time instead of doing one eye fully and then trying to replicate it on the other eye. When you do that, you're never going to have it replicate exactly. But if you do the colors together back and forth, it's a lot easier to control them so it's one cohesive look. I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush and we're going to blend that out a little bit. And we don't need to have this perfectly blended at this point. We're just very gently helping that color up through the crease, a little bit under the brow bone, and down along the lash line. So we have our black on. The next color we're going to do is I want to do a heavy metallic. This would be nice for an evening look or going into falls when we seem to wear a lot more metallics. The two colors that we could use this nice cranberry or the gold. I'm going to use the cranberry on her today. The reason is the red in this tone, if you look at our model, she has blue eyes. It'll help pop that blue out and make it the focus. So I'm going to grab that red. I'm going to place it first directly on the middle of her eye. And then I'm going to slowly work it out toward the outer edges of the eyelid. I'm going to do this, replicate the same move on the other. Tuck your head back for me just a little bit, thank you. And with a smoky eye, you can use any colors that you want. You can use greens, blues, whatever tickles your fancy for some extent. The only thing that smoky means is the colors need to very flawlessly blend together. So I grabbed a little bit more of my black and I'm taking it back over the wine color to help blend them out. And I'm going right on the edge of where the red is. And I'm using a technique called stippling to place the color, which is almost little dotting movements. I do it very quickly with my hand. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to do a brow highlight. I'm going to take the shimmery yellow. I'm going to have my model tilt her head back for me, close your eyes. We're going to place that right below the eyebrows. I'm going to grab a larger, fluffier brush. The looser the bristles are, the more it's going to help work the color and it's going to flick the color around. The tighter they are, the better it is to place color. So that's the difference between the two brushes that I'm using. I'm going to go back in now, starting with the black, and we're going to blend that up into the two colors beside it, the red and the brown. And we're doing a circular motion to just blend the two together. The last thing you're going to do is you're going to use your same blending brush. You're going to take a little bit of the red again, load up your brush, tap off any excess, go right back on your model, and go over your red again. The black tends to blend over the lighter color on the lid, and this helps bring the color back in and blend it over top of the black. For this look, you don't absolutely need liner. You can do liner. I'm going to use a little bit of liner on a lining brush. And I'm actually going to use my black eyeshadow that I used originally. So this is my lining brush. It'll load that color back up on here. Gonna have my model keep her eyes open, tilt her head back for me, and look at the floor. And what you're gonna do is go right along the lash lines, getting wider as I go out towards the edge. Gives a very easy, gentle sweep to the eye without overdoing it. You can also do this with liquid liner, gel liners, cake liners, whatever your preference is. Take a little of the same black we already just used and go directly underneath. So if you notice under my model, she has a little bit of fallout under her eyes. I put some powder down before we started, but you can go right back in with your same, whatever powder that you're using, and use a blush brush. Go right underneath, and with a gentle sweeping motion, go underneath. It'll grab all of that excess color and flick it right off the face for you. And we have a finished look. Using just 3 colors. You would use 3 colors, mascara, 2 brushes, and then whatever you would need to do your follow-up.